This is a old looking building here.
Assalamu alaikum. Today I'm going to be answering a question that I got 5 months ago. I think it's quite a good question, so I think it'll be useful to make a video on this. So the question is from Sadia Juman. Sorry if I'm mispronouncing your name, but the upshot of the question is she realized she's not really rating uni. It's not what she expected it to be, and now she's convinced her parents to let her do something else. She didn't really specify. Maybe she convinced her parents to do a degree apprenticeship. Her parents are a bit concerned about the workload, so she's asking, how did you find the workload when I started? So I found the workload to be very, very hard. Like when I actually first started, I was genuinely on the verge of quitting, and I mentioned it in one of my other videos. I say genuinely, but obviously the pressure of the consequences of actually quitting would have been a lot worse than the pressure that I was facing that was leading me to wanting to quit. Okay? But I think the main thing that I took a hit from was moving away from my family. And that kind of just piled onto going to work as well. It piled onto the pressure. But alhamdulillah, the pressure of actually going into work, the work that we was doing in that first year was not work that there were a bunch of deadlines or anything like that. It was genuinely just learn as much as you can. That, and to be honest, even now in my second year, the main point of it, although I'm in an actual team now, the main point of it has always been just learn as much as you can, ask as many people as you can, questions, learn as much as, that's the main point. So there's never been actual pressure at work, but even though there's not like an actual deadline or something like that that's causing the pressure, just generally being there, you wanna perform in it. You don't wanna you wanna get work done, and in that sense, there's a pressure there. For me, this was my first job, so not only this was like my first time moving out, this was also my first job, and I think that made it a lot harder for me. The other apprentices in my company, they all already lived in the area, and also they, what's it called, like they had a job before. Like most of them were grocery workers, like in Tesco's or I can't remember what the other brothers were working as, but you get the point. They all had a job before, or one of them worked at Curry's, and other one worked at like Morrison's or something. But that's besides the point. The point is they all had a job before, and they're living. The company is where they live anyway, so they didn't have to move out. So everything was with them, yeah. And meanwhile, you have me, yeah, that changed my whole life to go to this company. But alhamdulillah, that might all sound scary, yeah, but you get used to it very quick. And by very quick, I mean within 3 months, yeah, within 3 months maximum, you'll get it sorted, inshallah. Like within 3 months, I was going with the flow at that point. I was pretty used to living out on my own, going to work, and all of that. It was all alright from there. And I do want to stress that this is of course dependent on which company you pick. In terms of the uni side, uni started off pretty easy, and that's normal for uni because everyone knows like the first year is usually pretty easy anyway. Like assignments don't even count towards the final grade. So in that regard, uni was pretty light, yeah. So uni in a degree apprenticeship is only once a week, but as you get it's once a week, yeah. But as you get further into the degree apprenticeship, you realize that once you get near to second year, and when you get into second year, these assignments take up so much time that it's not just one day of the week. It becomes like your weekends as well, and it's like a constant thing you have to keep thinking about, just like you would with a normal uni course. But then you have your work as well, innit? So that it does add up a little bit. And I'm not gonna lie to you and say the workload's not in here, because it is something. So please bear that in mind before you apply. You need to be a bit strong-willed in that regard. I know certain people that are just like riding through it, yeah. They don't care what grade they get. They don't care, yeah. So you could be like that. If you don't really care about the grade you get, you just want to get a degree, then you should be alright, inshallah. For me, I lost all my motivation to like really try hard now at college, because when I finished my A levels, or when I was doing my A levels, I tried as hard as I could. I got the best grades possible, yeah, alhamdulillah. And now after that, I feel like, oh, now I need to do another degree, another thing, yeah. So it's harder to focus too much on that degree. But still, I'm still trying to do what I can do in it.